Hi guys, this is Indigo Link and this is my advanced centre defence midfielder guide. For my build I've chosen centre defence midfielder ball winner, and my height is 5'10", my weight is as light as possible, and I'll get to in the video why it's 5'10" and why it is as light as possible. The traits I definitely recommend are second wind, acrobatic clearance, power header, skilled dribbling. I think these are all essential. And the last one is personal preference, and I like driven pass, so I've selected that. And now I'll get to the attributes. Ball control is very good, especially for a ball winner. Defending stats are very good, because that's obviously what you'll need. Mental stats are also very important, especially aggression and interceptions, which are very, very high. Shooting isn't that great, but it's not what you're there to do. Physical is very well rounded, and passing is very, very good considering what you are, and that's a ball winner. Right, so the first one is standing tackling. Because your standing tackling is so high, you've got such a big radius to get the standing tackle. Also because you're as light as possible, you've got as much acceleration as possible, so you can quickly get your foot to the ball very quickly to get this standing tackle. Also because your radius is so high, you can literally just cover them and let them come into you. Because you've got such a big radius, they're going to probably dribble the ball into that radius and you can just get the tackle. So another good thing about having high defensive tackling attributes are the higher they are, the less likely you are to foul other players. So you won't get booked as much and you won't concede fouls as much. At 5'10", you're also still quick enough to intercept passes, and you're still quick enough that players can't just outpace you. At 5'10", you're strong enough as well, so no one just runs straight past you and you can get the ball before they can. And because you've got high acceleration, you can get the tackles off quite easily with that sprint speed as well. The reason it's 5'10" is because the height is just good enough for headers, and you still got a lot of speed, because you're going to need a lot of speed at this kind of position, because most forwards are speedy, smaller players, so if you're slow you're just not going to be very effective. This build is also very good at dribbling, and because he's so quick and he's got such high acceleration, because the other player's been sprinting longer, you'll have that little jump of speed at the beginning, so you'll most likely be able to catch up to them and then intercept the ball. And because you're so fast, you find it a lot more easier to intercept passes. Because the interceptions are so high also, you'll find it a lot easier to intercept the ball. He'll have more of a reach to get the ball, and he's at 5'10", he's still strong enough to hold off any player that's trying to outmuscle him. Also, what's good about this build is that because you're being very annoying to the other team, because you're constantly tackling them and stopping their play, they'll get very frustrated with you, which is obviously a good thing, because they'll start trying to foul you. At 5'10", your player's still strong enough to win headers and tall enough to win headers, and hopefully you've unlocked power heading. It's an extremely good trait for it, because it just doesn't affect your heading for shooting on goal, it affects all your heading in general, and it will help you increase winning the headers. So you should win for quite a fairly lot of headers at 5'10". Slide tackling. This build is a very good slide tackling build. Got such high slide tackling with aggression, plus your height, plus speed means you can do a lot of slide tackling. Plus, with slide tackling attribute being so high, you get more odds of completing your slide tackles. Also with slide tackling, because your aggression's so high, you're more aggressive to get the slide tackle off, so you're less likely to foul them. And also, if you do foul them, you're less likely to get booked because you got closer to the ball. Doesn't mean you won't get booked, but you'll get booked a lot less when you've got aggression very high, especially with higher tackling attributes. Passing wise, this is a very good passing build. I didn't think it would be at the start, but it's nearly as good as a playmaker, attacking midfielder. It's a very good passer. Overall, this is a very good build. I didn't think I'd have as much fun as I did with this build, but this is a really fun build. I think I'll use it a lot. Passing wise, yeah, he's an extremely good passer, long passing and short passing. He's also an extremely good dribbler, which I wasn't expecting at all, but this build is a very good dribbling build, because he's got such high ball control and he's got quite high dribbling, so he can still do quite a fairly decent amount of dribbling. Shooting wise, although his shooting stats aren't great, he has high shot power and the accuracy is just enough. You should score quite often, maybe one every 2 games if you're quite good at shooting from long shots. Yeah, I've scored quite a lot of goals with this build, which I wasn't expecting at all, but overall it's just an extremely good build. It's quite balanced overall. It's a very effective build. Out of all the builds, this is definitely one of the positions that affects the game the most, and you'll find a lot of success with this build. If you can play this build well, you'll find that it'll be extremely difficult for the other team to score goals, and you'll be contributing to the team a lot. So yeah, I definitely recommend this build. That's my video. Thank you for watching. As a thank you for everyone who subscribed and all the subscribers I hopefully will get in the future. On the 25th of May, the Champions League final, I'll be giving away 1200 Microsoft points, or the PSN equivalent, to a random subscriber. If there's a video that you would like, I will be doing requests, so just leave it in a comment below, and a thumbs up would be great. Thanks.